guess I got a lot of explaining to do I?
Say, Dad, when was the last time you visited Skyrim? Like the very first time.
That was years ago. Way before I even met your two mothers.
And you must be very exhausted working all day.
Maybe, but someone's gotta do the job and responsibilities.
So, what exactly are you looking for on Skyrim?
A place to tell the story. And this tree is a reminder of the story of how I first came into Skyrim.
What was that, Daddy?
Sovngarde. When Nords who have fought their hardest yet fallen in battle, we see is such a place that is similar to Valhalla. Now that really is quite a unique place. Now, where do I start? I'm no good at stories, but I am willing to give it a shot. I believe it was sometime close to 2020, before I even became a YouTuber. Skyrim was not exactly a place to live in at the moment. Back then, I was just about to get executed by the Imperials. It was in the terminal in Skyrim, and where the Imperials now rule. Unfortunately, I know it's completely unfair to execute anyone that dares to stand against the Imperials, but doesn't seem like I had any choice, and it would have been a swift death. However, that execution was interrupted by one dragon. The one named Alduin, the World Eater himself. Skyrim's apocalypse of dragons, raining fire down upon anywhere he goes, or starting at Helgen. Of course, I was getting all I need to get my bearings, so right now I had to hurry with Ralph, one of the Stormcloaks. I was hoping to get some gear there to help me out, to at least stand a chance, but unfortunately I'm still binded. And the Imperials did say Ulfric Stormcloak was the one who started the war, when he shouted at the High King. Of course, there's no telling how dragons came to be, whether that was Ulfric or not. But what we didn't know is that Alduin came here by an unknown power. As he rains his own kind of apocalypse down to wherever he goes. Those Stormcloaks and Imperials alike.
Still alive, prisoner? Keep close to me if you want to stay that way.
I haven't have a name. It's Christopher, thank you very much. Of course, I wasn't certain what I was doing. I had no choice but to follow that Imperial away from that dragon, who was circling around, making sure no one was left alive, and either burnt to a crisp or eaten, and so he could devour their souls. No mortals can truly destroy dragons. And in a confusion, we did use Alduin's attack to escape.
It's you and me, prisoner. Stay close. Straight you damn traitor! Out of my way!
We're escaping, Hercules. You're not stopping us this time.
Fine. I hope that dragon takes you all to Sovngarde.
While the bickering between the Imperial Stormcloaks still gets me, I don't have time to pick sides. So the easier choice was to follow Ralph, one of the Stormcloaks. It was unclear, why the Imperials wanted to execute anyone, including me, as I had done nothing wrong. I can only guess, as they don't want anyone interfering with their rules.
We're the only ones who made it. That thing was a dragon, no doubt. Just like the children's stories and the legends. The harbingers of the end times. We better get moving. Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings off.
Yeah, thanks. I definitely needed that. Oh, thank goodness. Of course I do not hate the Imperials. But what they doing was just wrong. I get the Imperials don't like the Stormcross's aggression in against their rule. Well, but the Imperials cannot just execute everybody. And yet, their general named Tullius said Ulfric started the war the very moment he used the power of the Flume, which is a shout, out to destroy the High King, thus leading to a war between the Imperials and the Stormcloaks. Of course, I need to follow Lau as it has to survive. But what I didn't know is that this war was obviously wanted to set us by the Falmor, the High Elves who was supporting the Imperials. It was from the shadows. The good news is I managed to escape with Rowlith. The bad news that Alduin is still around on the loose, possibly returning somewhere to refuel his energy.
There he goes. Looks like he's gone for good this time. No way to know if anyone else made it out alive.
And so, off to Riverwood we both go. But I did need to make a pit stop over one of the mines just to get ready. And here are at Riverwood. Riverwood was one of the villages not too distant from White One, on the very first city that I need to go. But as usual, every adventurer needs to come prepared. There's no telling if another dragon will show up to attack us. So in any case, I do need to be ready with what I can.
I mean, that does make sense. And you gotta be sure how you had to stand a fighting chance against those big wyverns.
Pretty much. Although these are technically dragons, although they're supposedly be like wyverns, and there's only their hind legs and wings. Although each dragon is pretty unique in their own way, similar to how we humans look.
Hey look, isn't that Justine's? I wonder what he wants this time.
Are not these days. Whew.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Why isn't even me again? Anyway, we'll be heading to the Forbidden Lands next week, so we need to get ready as soon as we can. So, yeah.
Next week? I guess I was hoping to be holding away until I'm done telling my kids about my journey through Skyrim. Huh? Why?
Because they even know why it happened. How my actual journey through Skyrim ever since I became Dragonborn.
So I thought I'd tell them my story before we head out to Wilds.
You're right. Just been having a stressful 2025 so far. Lots of stuff happening on my end, as you've probably been aware.
Oh, we have a voice? No, we haven't saw her in a while.
Yeah. And when I said that I felt like Nimona was more like a daughter to me, I wasn't kidding. She felt more like a daughter to me than anyone else. And I didn't want Drake to get confused and all.
Well, Drake is Nimona's brother, at least from here in Drake's universe. If you thought about Nimona as an adoptive daughter, like Drake felt Nimona as his sister, why not just talk to Drake? So you and Drake can clear things up about Nimona. Clear what up exactly? Well, in honesty, Drake, I do feel like Nimona might be a good daughter to me. And Chris told me you're his brother, so I didn't want to confuse you. It just is my Nimona is my sister. But I do thank you for taking good care of Nimona, like a father should. Just don't think too hard about it, and we'll both fix that scenario, okay? So, now that things are cleared up at least for a bit, everybody already ready to let me continue my Skyrim journey story?
Chill out, guys. We only got 1 week before this wild hunt is on. Let him have time to finish up the story. Well, how can we say no? Yeah, come on, just kill me the story already.
Thanks, guys. Now, while I was at Riverwood, a merchant asked me to regain that golden claw. Of course, getting through the bandits was no easy task, even if it's beginning.
Well, in fairness, they did say the first dungeons are usually the easiest. Unless you came into puzzles.
Yeah, and unless there are actual answers, there's right in front of me, there's no point in completing it. Honestly, I'm no genius when it comes to puzzles. Hey, Chris, everyone is no genius.
What are you talking about? I am the genius, Drake.
Well, few like you, Zim, are intelligent. Ugh, rats? Why they got to be rats in here? Well, at least it's better than those eight-legged freaks. You mean the spiders? I really shouldn't have jinxed myself. 'Cause I've seen a lot of webs. Chris, I don't...
You should only count as one big eight-legged freak.
I like spiders.
Oh, Susan, you really don't want to have a spider that big. Because what? Because you and not being dead by a single bite.
Whew, that's done.
Yeah, I see you.
Alright, first things first. Do you have that gold claw? If so, then where is it?
The claw. I know how it works. The claw, the markings, the door in the Hall of Stories. I know how they all fit together. Help me down and I'll show you. You won't believe the power the Nords have hidden there.
Of course, out of my own, arrogance, I told him to hand over the claw first, but he couldn't because he was stuck there, so I had to cut him down. Whoa, hold on there. You actually slaying that guy? They just rescued? Yeah, I did. But that's because he was refusing to share treasure with anybody. Plus, he did say that. Oh. Anyway, I did have to get the claw from Arthur the Swift. After all, he did stole it from that merchant back at Riverwood. And once I did, I could team eventually down the crypt. Sometimes I wish the lining lamps are much more useful as crafting materials. They will be made actual fancy capes, according to Skyrim's mods. But anyway, as I ventured down, did find some Draugr along the way. Wait, Draugr?
Are those the undead Nordic warriors?
Yeah, the ones who are denied their existence in Valhalla. But in Skyrim, they were denied to be in Sovngarde. Thus, the Nords that perished in vain become the Draugr, either by necromancy or some form of resurrection ritual gone wrong. After all, necromancers usually command the undead. Some use the necromancy to preserve balance between life and death, while others use it for evil. But anyway, as I finally reached that Hall of Stories Avalon told me about, and I would recognize these rings. It's sort of like a combination lock based on the claw itself. So, kinda need to examine it and see which order it goes.
So each of those puzzles require those claws?
Yeah, for some, yes, Marco. Think of it as like a password, like a medieval password required for a medieval vault. Only the ancient vault in question requires a puzzle answering. And that's where that claw comes into play. Once I answered that correctly, I'd managed to open that medieval vault, as you might call it. Alright, and I find of getting close. Like really close. And from what I saw, excuse me, I saw that tablet a stone monolith that looks a bit odd. Like it has ancient language, So I managed to see what that is, and I looked at it and noticed it said force, unrelenting force. So that was your very first word? Basically, each Nordic tomb holds a separate word that revolves around the Dragonborn using shouts. And similar to how the Draugr, specifically the Death Lords, Lords and Scourges, is for examples, it was use the unrelenting force. Well, as soon as I killed that Draugr Death Lord, I managed to take that stone tablet. I got a feeling it might have belonged to someone important. So after I got out of that crypt, I went to White One to let the Jarl know about Riverwood under attack by dragons. And of course, there were some minor obstacles on the way.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
I did tell the guard that Riverwood was in need of Jarl's aid.
Riverwood's in danger too. You better go on in. You'll find the Jarl in Dragon's Reach, at the top of the hill.
Without wasting any time, I rushed to Jarl's tower at Dragon's Reach, where I met Jarl Balgruuf the Greater.
And rumors of dragons.
Of course, he does have advisors such as tax collectors, and rumor collectors. There's one named Felgar Secret Fire. Yeah, he's according to Balgruuf, he's known for studying about dragons. And so apparently, to his interest, is found or did find me interesting to have something that he was needing.
Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may...
Well, it just so happens while I was in there, I did find that tablet.
Ah, the dragon stone of Bleak Falls Barrow. You already found it. You are cut from a different cloth than the usual brutes the Jarl foists on me.
I know I would seek the rewards for survival, but they were in need of my further aid.
Of the mind, sadly undervalued in Skyrim.
But another matter, like usual, needs to attend to. A dog elf named Erleif, I think that's her name, and she's got an urgent emergency about a dragon that's circling around one of the White One towers. For me, there's no time for chat, and unless they have an actual plan, and the dragon is on loose, and if it's attacking the city, then it needs to be dealt with. For like us humans, dragons don't attack recklessly unless they have a real reason. Like, say, some humans stolen a dragon's egg. Or even Smaug, who doesn't allow anyone to be part of a single coin, not one piece of it. Yeah, I'm referring to you, Smaug.
You know I can hear you, White.
Yeah, I was using that as an example. But anyway, that dragon did came as predicted. But it was attacking the soldiers other than just the tower. We don't know why it was avoiding me. But regardless, I did need to deal with that dragon. And otherwise, all those White One warriors are going to be burned to a crisp. And it's all likely be dragon's lunch.
Oh, will you quit moving around? Oh, seriously. Hey, pick a fight with me. Hey, don't be picking a fight with the others. It sounds like that dragon was just too chicken to face you.
Maybe. And perhaps it might be a reason that Crystal is dragonborn.
Senkat? Do you really have to spoil that? I think that dragon past might heal you.
I don't know what that dragon just said, but I do notice one word that came out of the dragon's mouth. it said, Yo. I believe that's referring to the dragon's fire. Of course, being stubborn as a mule, I don't let the dragon like him take me down that easily. But what I don't even know is that how this dragon came back to life. As soon as it perished, it screamed, Dovahkiin, no. It was then I realized that as I was collecting its rewards, was because I would need some gold and gear for survival. But that's when I realized its soul somehow got absorbed into me. But it did. It's on gain the power of the shout. So I'm trying to see if this works. It was without hurting anybody. So
I'm glad you're on our side.
So I give it a shot, aiming at the sky. With that, I did. And it was actually quite simple. Oh, it does require me to use my...
I can't
Oh?
believe it. You're Dragonborn.
Wait a sec. Dragonborn?
Oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim. The Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. It took the dragon's soul. Oh, and that's what it said, at least.
Well, you can shout now. You couldn't before, right? That can only mean one thing. You must be Dragonborn.
Again, you're not wrong. I mean,
That's right.
I was able to defeat that dragon, and I was able, and somehow I took his soul. But last I checked, the Draugr also learned the unrelenting force, so I couldn't be the only one.
Dragons then, idiot. They're just coming back now for the first time in forever. But the old tales tell of the Dragonborn who could kill dragons and steal their power. You must be one.
You say you're left, being awfully quiet. Come on, Irla. Tell us, do you believe in this Dragonborn business?
I don't know what was up with the White One guards. Or was it Elif? But I'm pretty sure. No? Dragonborns are more than just fairy tales. It was even Elif might admit. So guys, here's the question. In Skyrim, how can you truly slay a dragon?
Immense firepower? Magic? No, neither knows what simply work. Remember, Chris did say how to truly slay a dragon in Skyrim.
Hello, the answer is right in front of us. Us Dragonborn. Unless a Dragonborn magically shows up before a dragon, they just seemed invincible.
My grandfather told me tales about the Dragonborn. It was one cold, snowy day, and a child who was young of age saw a dragon approaching. He had warned the villagers to send the horses to run, as the Dragonborn breathes fire across the land. The horses within that village are too frightened to run, and the bells ring as the dragon soared through the skies above the village. But legends tell that an ancient warrior, you're born with a dragon's blood that is able to slay dragons and put a stop to this catastrophe.
For the darkness has passed and the legend yet grows. You'll know
That man was the Dragonborn. Curious of the world, yes, but his goal no less the same: to put a stop to any dragons that threaten Skyrim at any cost, even if it meant his own life. Armed with the usual weapons and armor he needs, he stands face to face against such dragons, passing through the fighting villagers and guards alike as the battle calls to him. For it is true, heroes do live and die, but their legacy, their legends, As Justice says, the legends never die. Well, Susan, you consider yourself quite fortunate because Discord and I are not like those dragons. Well, you might want to be careful what you say at the end because the Dragonborn might come and hunt you if you turn bad. Hey, watch it!
Anyway, back as I was heading to White One, back to White One to let him know that a dragon was dealt with. Of the poor White One and soldier didn't even stand a chance. Sad to say. But then, out of the blue, a booming voice came. That was one unexpected call, all from the mountains. I really don't know why. But I do need to figure that out later. For now, I need to let the Jarl know that a dragon was dealt with. So as I hurried to the Jarl, he gave me some information about what that voice was. The booming voice from the mountains.
The Greybeards.
We were just talking about you. My brother needs a word with you.
So what happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon there?
He was. That dragon was, but we did slay it. It turns out it's only about Dragonborn.
What do you know about the Dragonborn?
Well, all I know is that when I slay the dragon, I stole his soul somehow.
Greybeards really were summoning you.
The Greybeards?
Masters of the way of the voice. They live in seclusion high on the slopes of the throat of the world.
But why would the Greybeards want me, who is a brute?
Said to be uniquely gifted in the voice. The ability to focus your vital essence into a thum or shout. If you really are Dragonborn, they can teach you how to use your gift.
Didn't you hear the thundering sound as you returned to Whiterun? That was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tiber Septim himself was summoned when he was still Talos of Atmora.
Rungar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as he may be, I don't see any signs of him being this, Dragonborn.
Nord nonsense? Why, you puffed up ignorant. These are our sacred traditions that go back to the founding of the First Empire.
Hrongar, don't be so hard on Avenici.
I meant no disrespect, of course. It's just that, what do these Greybeards want with him?
That's the Greybeards' business, not ours. Whatever happened when you killed that dragon, it revealed something in you, and the Greybeards heard it. If they think you're Dragonborn, who are we to argue? You'd better get up to High Hrothgar immediately. There's no refusing the summons of the Greybeards. It's a tremendous honor.
He is why. The Greybeards did live centuries, so I got some answer to call the Greybeards.
Did you know that? High Hrothgar is a very peaceful place. Very disconnected from the troubles of this world. I wonder that the Greybeards even notice what's going on down here. They haven't seemed to care before. No matter. Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what the Greybeards can teach you. You've done a great service for me and my city, Dragonborn. By my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Whiterun. It's the greatest honor that's within my power to grant. I assign you Lydia as a personal housecarl.
Wait a minute, housecarls? Who are they?
They're supposedly your followers, your supporters actually. You're allowed to have them carry your respective gear, your items, and whatever you need. Of course, ironically, I wouldn't mind letting the housecarls use the gear for themselves. After all, they too need to be protected. The very first follower I found is Lydia.
Wait Wait a minute, Lydia was your girlfriend?
Well, no. While I admit Lydia is kind enough to be my house call, also known as the follower, Leah was not my girlfriend nor my wife, far from it. But I do, however, require her assistance when I'm going to reach High Hrothgar. That, and we also need to be geared up for the journey ahead, soon being right now. So yeah, after a long time grinding, we finally went up to 7,000 steps at High Hrothgar, where we finally meet him, Onagir, leader of the Greybeards.
So, a Dragonborn appears at this moment in the turning of the age.
So you said I'm Dragonborn, and what does that mean precisely? Yes, sir.
First, let us see if you truly are Dragonborn. Let us taste of your voice.
Okay, if you say so. What's that too, Wuff? Sorry, I'm new to this shout thing.
It is you. Welcome to High Hrothgar. I am Master Angir. I speak for the Greybeards. Now, tell me, Dragonborn, why have you come here?
Well, for one, Onagir, I do need to find out why I was known as the Dragonborn somehow.
We are here to guide you in that pursuit, just as the Greybeards have sought to guide those of the Dragonblood that came before you.
So wait a minute, I'm not exactly the first?
Not the first. There have been many of the Dragonblood since Akatosh first bestowed that gift upon mortal kind. Whether you are the only Dragonborn of this age, that is not ours to know. You are the only one that has been revealed thus far. That is all I can say.
I guess that makes sense, but what makes you guys?
We are the Greybeards, followers of the Way of the Voice. You stand in High Hrothgar, on the slopes of Kinnarith's sacred mountain. Here we commune with the voice of the sky and strive to achieve balance between our inner and outer selves.
That makes a fair point. Well, in any case, might as well learn what I can.
Dragonborn, you have the inborn gift. But Do you have the discipline and temperament to follow the path laid out for you? That remains to be seen. Without training, you have already taken the first steps towards projecting your voice into a thum, a shout. Now let us see if you are willing and able to learn. When you shout, you speak in the language of dragons. Thus, your dragon blood gives you an inborn ability to learn words of power. All shouts are made up of 3 words of power. As you master each word, your shout will become progressively stronger. Master Einarth will now teach you Ro, the second word in Unrelenting Force. Ro means balance in the dragon tongue. Combine it with Fus, force, to focus your thumb more sharply. Ro.
So is that how those Greybeards managed to help you learn these words of power?
Well, only the unrelenting force, or so far. There are more Dragonbone shouts that I've yet to learn, and master.
But learning a word of power is only the first step. You must unlock its meaning through constant practice in order to use it in a shout. Well, that is how the rest of us learn shouts. As Dragonborn, you can absorb a slain dragon's life force and knowledge directly.
Well, that makes sense, because it did slay that dragon and took his soul.
Into his understanding of Rome.
Okay, let me get the bearings.
Use the unrelenting force shout to strike the targets as they appear.
Oh, whoops. Okay, so I shout a specter. Okay, that makes sense.
So they have you taken down dummies of themselves?
Spiritual dummies, more precise. They need to be certain how I use my proper power at the Foom. As a warrior, I need to use these powers in combat, and whenever need be. So learning how to master these powers will give me a fighting chance.
Once more. Impressive. Your thumb is precise. You show great promise, Dragon. We will perform your next trial in the courtyard.
So as requested, I will go into the courtyard with the Greybeards. As the Greybeards now need me to train how to use a new shout that is completely new to the Unrelenting. That new shout is Whirlwind. Part 1 of the 3 words for the newest shout, and I gain the Whirlwind Sprint, which supposedly helps me travel through lightning speed. Eat in just a brief moment.
Now we will see how quickly you can master a new shout. Master Wolfgar will demonstrate Whirlwind Sprint. Then it will be your turn. Master Bori. X. Now, your turn. Stand next to me. Master Bori will open the gate. Use your whirlwind sprint to pass through before it closes.
With that done, I go on to the next dungeon for the next trial. Oh, an Unstenglav. The Greybeards told me that I needed to find that horn that is located here. But there was one place that required me to use the Whirlwind Splint in order to get there. But out of pure curiosity, I'd gone down to find the next Dragonborn tablet. There, I have found another new word. That is not unlimited force, not the whirlwind splint, but a new type of word. They call it fade, become ethereal.
Doesn't ethereal mean that you're a ghost? Yes, but ethereals also can inflict physical harm upon others, as well as the opponents cannot harm the ethereal ones.
Yes, it does. And that puts those who have become ethereal to a stalemate position. But back to the shrine. I did manage to find the shrine line, but there's no sign of that horn. Instead, I found this note. It reads, Dragonborn, I need to speak to you urgently. Rent the attic room at the Sleeping Giant Inn in Riverwood, and I'll meet you. Sincerely, a friend.
Wait a minute. If that friend of yours still owned that horn, why didn't you just give it back to you? If that guy did, then the plan wouldn't work, right? Like, those graybeards might be on to whoever's stolen that horn.
Excuse me.
You're that visitor, Ben.
I'm here to rent the attic room.
Attic room, eh? Well, we don't have an attic room, but you can have the one on the left. Make yourself at home.
Okay, fair enough. I guess I can just enter here. No, wait. I really don't know what was going on. Me and Alera did say I had to rent the attic room, but it turned out the attic room turned out to be a facade owned by Delphine.
I've been hearing so much about. I think you're looking for this.
Hey, that's the horn. I was wondering why you took that.
So wait, Delphine stole that horn?
Yeah, she did, but she didn't do so without good reason. So I did follow Delphine into her room. Except her room is not the usual one. I had to let Lydia... sorry. I had to let Lydia in here so I could close this door, and turned out she had a fake bookshelf of keeping her weaponry and gear down here in her basement. It's crazy, I know. But whatever the reason Delphi had to steal the horn must have something to do with me.
The Greybeards seem to think you're the Dragonborn. I hope they're right.
Apparently, since I learned the words, turns out.
I hope so, but you'll forgive me if I don't assume that something's true just because the Greybeards say so. I just handed you the horn of Jurgen Windcaller. Does that make me Dragonborn too?
No. It is not that simple. You need to have dragon blood in order to become Dragonborn, but what is it you really want? Why decide to go through all the trouble for me?
I didn't go to all this trouble on a whim. I needed to make sure it wasn't a Thalmor trap. I am not your enemy.
Lady, whoever said you are my enemy?
I'm trying to help you. I just need you to hear me out.
Okay, calm down, Delphine. What was it you need me to hear?
Like I said in my note, I've heard that you might be Dragonborn. I'm part of a group that's been looking for you. Well, someone like you, for a very long time. If you really are Dragonborn, that is. Before I tell you any more, I need to make sure I can trust you.
Right, a point. So, what was he need me to do to prove such? It's not gonna be easy to prove that I am truly a Dragonborn as they claim for me to be.
Remember what most don't, that the Dragonborn is the ultimate dragon slayer. You're the only one that can kill a dragon permanently by devouring its soul. Can you do it? Can you devour a dragon's soul?
Yeah, and turned out, that was when I learned that I was Dragonborn. So, at her request, I was looking for a dragon to fight, but I turned out I only found that dragon burial. I also found him, who was resurrecting in that dragon I was forced to battle. From what I saw, I believe Eve Alduin did some form of dragon necromancy, bringing the dragons back to life. It turned out Alduin not only has the ability to summon firestorms, but also used the power of dragon necromancy. But he even noticed me as Dovahkiin, dragonborn in their ancient tongue.
You do not even know our tongue, do you? Such arrogance, to dare take for yourself the name of Dova. Sarukhanir.
Well, judging by what he was saying, I think he's neat Sarukhanir to kill me. And that's what he was intending to do. Oh, so might as well fight against him. Oh, fortunately, I have a fighting chance against dragons like him. It's okay, Delphine. That dragon is done for. But just watch closely, and you'll see. Yes. Turns out I am the actual dragonborn.
I owe you some answers, don't I? Go ahead. Whatever you want to know. Nothing held back.
So Delphine decided to trust me that I am indeed dragonborn, or at least a human that has the abilities as such. So I asked Delphine why she was searching for me, and it turns out she and the others are working for the group they call the Blades. According to Delphine, the Blades are known as former protectors of the first emperors of Tamriel, what became known as Skyrim. There are some that are even known to be dragon slayers, but they were driven away by the Falmor, the high elves who had banned the Talos worship. Because theoretically, the Falmor could be banning Talos worship because Talos is known to slay dragons. And the Nords, some Stormcloaks specifically, worship Talos as a hero lord of mankind.
Hero Lord, huh? And what did the Falmor feel that Talos guy as?
I do believe the Falmor will want to represent themselves as unchallenged. Should a human rise to such divinity, it could lead to a challenge to the High Elves, specifically the Falmor. But picking sides is not the issue here now. What's more important is stopping the dragons from destroying the entire Skyrim. More specifically, to put a stop to Alduin somehow. Yeah, how so? Oh, this Alduin guy has a dragon army. There's always a way, Caleb. Alduin is powerful, yes, but he is not invincible.
Hey, boss. Sorry we took a while. Justice and I were just having a discussion about what's bugging him about me. He was being all concerned about me and Drake, but I told him it's gonna be alright. You just cannot think too much about that. Well, that aside, where'd you off to next, Chris?
Well, the next step is infiltrating the Falmor embassy, and it requires me to dress up for the party. I not be armed to the teeth, according to Delphine.
Welcome. I don't believe we've met. I am Elenwen, the Falmor ambassador to Skyrim, and you are? Ah, yes. I remember your name from the guest list. Please, tell me more about yourself. What brings you to this... to Skyrim? What is it, Malborn?
It's just that we've run out of the Alto wine. Do I have your permission to uncork the...
Of course. I've told you before not to bother me with such trifles.
Yes, Madam Ambassador.
My apologies. We'll have to get better acquainted later. Please, enjoy yourself.
In honesty, I think that bastard might be suspecting about me.
Yes, what do you need?
As I said, they don't take divinity lightly. So I had to talk to one of the guys who likes to drink some outdoor wine. And so I had to ask him a favor.
And what favor was that?
I need him to cause a distraction long enough for me and Malborn to get to the basement, and so I can get my gear and imbibe, so I can fight through the Falmore, or so I can get some clues.
Is that all? My friend, you've come to the right person. You could say that causing a scene is somewhat of a specialty of mine. Stand back and behold my handiwork. Attention, everyone! Could I have your attention, please? I have an announcement to make.
Let's go, before anyone notices us.
Of course, that was easier said than done. But that said, we did manage to bypass it.
So far, so good.
Unfortunately, we did got spotted in that kitchen.
Your gear is hidden in the larder. Just stay close and let me do any talking. Got it? Follow me.
I'll be a good boy. Wouldn't want to offend our Thalmor overlords, would
Who comes, Malborn? You know I don't like strange smells in my kitchen.
A guest feeling ill. Leave the poor wretch be.
A guest? In the kitchens? You know this is against the rules.
Rules, is it, Zavani? I didn't realize that eating moon sugar was permitted. Perhaps I should ask the ambassador.
Get out of here. I saw nothing.
Your gear is in that chest. I'll lock the door behind you. Don't screw this up.
As usual, I did manage to retrieve my gear back. I honestly don't know how long I'll survive without it. Literally. Having a gear to fight is very important. Now that I got myself geared up, I had to fight tooth and nail against the Falmore, or to search for clues about the dragons, if any that had the Falmore involved. It isn't easy, but I can manage. A Falmore being dirty, I decided to threaten me and Malborn for surrendering. But that was short-lived because Malborn decided to put his own life on the line to try to stop the Falmore. And I did try to save him, but I was too late. The Falmore got him. The good news is, I know that Esper is hidden in Radaway City and Riften. The bad news had to do some pickpocketing skills. It was required, just to get that guy's attention, so I can know where Esper is exactly. As much as I hate to do this, it's the only way to get answers for Esper.
Come on, Brynjolf. What is it this time? Patience, Blanchet. This is a rare opportunity. I wouldn't want you to get left out.
That's what you said about the wisdom. And it turned out to be crushed nerve root mixed with water.
Well, that was a simple misunderstanding. But this item is the real thing. Lads and lasses. Well, I see that my time is up. Come back tomorrow if you wish to buy.
What a waste of time.
Damn. I knew I shouldn't have waited.
You did as promised. And now you gonna tell me only about Esper? Because if I get stuck in jail because of you, you're gonna be sorry, Brynjolf.
It's a relief that our plan went off without a hitch.
What was going on exactly?
My organization's been having a run of bad luck. But I suppose that's just how it goes. But never mind that. You did the job, and you did it well. Best of all, there's more where that came from. If you think you can handle it.
Well, just had to handle as much as my stomach can take, right, that's for sure. But I don't have time for this. As I need to find Esper.
Get there in one piece, and we'll see if you really got what it takes.
My husband Bearsy will be the death.
Hold on a sec. Can you mind telling me what Esper is?
I bet I know your guy. He's hiding out in the Ratway Warrens, paying us good coin for nobody to know about it.
Thank you.
come back when...
Because I had to rescue him. I had myself to the railway warrens, but then suddenly I spot a ghost. I really don't know why she's here, but I decided to follow her.
Huh?
There's no telling what she was leading me to. Until now. The ghost was leading me to that sword that's right now beaming under the red light. It's called the Dawn Fang and Dusk Fang.
Wait a sec, how is it called on both names?
Because that one sword only has two names based on the day and night. Only that is cycled. Similar to how the planet itself cycles around sun and moon, within a 24-hour time cycle. Hence, during the day, it becomes Dawn Fang, and at night, it becomes Dusk Fang. Basically, two names in one sword. One day and one night. It's reflected depending on what day and on what time it is, whether it's day or night. If it's day, fire. If moon, frost. And plus, for some odd reason, and unlike most weapons, this one has the Dawn Dusk Fang has permanent enchant buff that keeps it alive and well. So there's no need for charging it up with soul gems. As for getting in question, and it requires me to defeat the guardians of each chamber. And that is one of red, one of green, and finally the third one that is illuminating blue. Of course, most that tried to pillage it failed and got slain by those three guardians. But for what I came to know is that these ghosts, or specifically the guardians, had these blade armor that belonged to the blades. Like the blade armor, even the blade katana. And these cursed smugglers were cursed by these guardians as they had defeated them. But the blue guardian has the power of necromancy, and that's where my Dawnbreaker came in. And thanks to Meridia, the data deity of light. As I said, beating those guardians was not easy, although it seemed to be. But they are the guardians of the Dawn Dusk Fang, so they're doing any means necessary to protect it at any cost, as well as their entombed wife. That's why the ghost turned out. It turned out that ghost was the guardian's wife. So I retrieved the blade's gear. Careless as I am, I grabbed the blade's gear when I know the Lord's mail is better. Oh man, why does I feel so heavy? Anyway, after I retrieved the Dawn Dusk Fang, I resumed searching for Esbern, and hoping that he's still alive. Hello? Esbern? Esbern? Hey! Look, easy, I'm not part of the Falmore.
No, that's not me. I'm not Esbern. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's alright. Delphine sent me here.
Delphine? How do you... So you finally found her, and she led you to me. And here I am, caught like a rat in a trap.
She says she needs your help to stop the dragon. And that's because I am the Dragonborn. On that she was named.
Delphine keeps up the fight after all these years. Come in. What you want. This'll just take a moment. Come over here. This one always sticks. There we go. Only a couple more. I'm warning you. Back off.
Inkpot, stove, bucket, book.
Yes. Closer. There we are. Come in. Make yourself at home.
Thanks.
Now we So, Delphine keeps up the fight after all these years. I thought she'd have realized it's hopeless by now. I tried to tell her years ago.
Wait, what do you mean,
Have you
hopeless?
figured it out yet? What more needs to happen before you all wake up and see what's going on? Alduin has returned just like the prophecy said. The dragon from the dawn of time who devours the souls of the dead. No one can escape his hunger, here or in the afterlife. Alduin will devour all things and the world will end. Nothing can stop him. I tried to tell them. They wouldn't listen. Fools. It's all come true. All I could do was watch our doom approach.
Wait a minute, you mean that same dragon that's been pursuing me and Helgen?
Yes. You see, you know, but you refuse to understand.
In truth, you're literally speaking about the end of a world.
Oh yes, it's all been foretold. The end has begun. Alduin has returned. Only a dragonborn can stop him. But no dragonborn has been known for centuries. It seems that the gods have grown tired of us. They've left us to our fate as the plaything of Alduin the World Eater.
Well, it's only hopeless if we give up. But I am the Dragonborn, no doubt.
You are? Can it really be true? Dragonborn? Then there is hope. The gods have not abandoned us. We must go. Quickly now. Take me to Delphine. We have much to discuss.
As agreed, I did took Esbern to Delphine, but not before finding a way out of Falmore's trap. The three of us decided to part ways. At least, I went out with Lydia, while Delphine and Esbern head to the Skyhaven Temple. However, during my trip to there, I found Alduin once again, and he's resurrecting yet another dragon. Again, using his own kind of dragon necromancy. Just like before, Alduin resurrected that other dragon, and it came up from a dragon burial, all skeletal-like, just like before, with his soul returned, as it returns to his own physical form. Perhaps Alduin was hoping only there'll be a dragon that obeys only him to kill me. With that, Alduin did retreat back to what appeared going to Sovngarde, but he was easily outmatched by me. I took him down with quick ease, and took his loot, as I would need it for later. And I hurried to the Skyhaven Temple, hoping Esbern and Delphine are away.
Whoa there! I don't know where you're going, but stay out of that bar. It isn't safe. We tunneled into an old Nordic crypt. The whole place is... We're not mining up any ore with those undead around, so I wouldn't go down there if I were you.
Never mind the Draugr mine. Worry about that dragon. I mean, it's no surprise dragons come out left and right to do Alduin's dirty work. But this one's entirely different. This one is the Blood Dragon. A slightly stronger variant. I guess Alduin must be desperate to try to stop me. With that dragon taken care of, I decided to help that guy clear the mine of Draugr. After all, I am going to need any means necessary to stop Alduin. So finally, Delphine, Esbern, and I, alongside Lydia, managed to make it. We made it to the entrance of a Skyhaven Temple. And according to Esbern, it says that it can only be opened by the blood of the Dragonborn, or by these Akafiri arts. I really don't know who Akafiri are, But that blood art for says to be a lock, so I had to come myself, elf, in order to unlock that, and so I can unlock the gate to the Sky Haven. There was not much as I could find here in this temple, but we did manage to discover that wall. That wall, to be precise, the one that tells a tale about Alduin and the Dragonborn, of how dragons ruled over the lands many eons ago. It turned out Alduin and Parthenax were both of amongst this carnage from long past, until this Parthenax decided to turn against his own brother, aiding mankind into using the powers of the shouts. Thus the way of the voice is made. They even used some kind of shout in order to bring Alduin down to the earth, of keeping him on the ground in order for Dragonborns to slay him.
It's not easy. If that Alduin is as powerful as that Dragonborn, then there has to be a reason why he was so strong. Oh, come on, Susan. You know even Alduin is not invincible. Chrissy, I was found a way to take him down, right?
Of course. But to know that, now I require under the help of the Greybeards' elder, the one named Parthenax.
Path to Parthenax lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way.
Look. What they're trying to tell me is the new shout, known Clear Skies. It's supposed to be some sort of key to pushing the mist away, as well as possibly clearing off any negative weather. It was storms, snowstorms, fogs.
This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well. Clear skies will blow away the mist, but only for a time. The path to Parthenax is perilous, not to be embarked upon lightly. Keep moving, stay focused on your goal, and you will reach the summit.
And with that, I decided to climb the summit, but not for getting my foot ready for the clear skies. But yeah, Onagia wasn't kidding about the path to Parthenax perilous. These mists are no joke. A push from that mist wind, and it's gonna be bye-bye any who dare venture to his turf. Finally, I have reached the top of the world, literally. Hence it is called the throat of the world.
The throat of the world?
And yup, the very top.
That sounds pretty dangerous.
Well, not as dangerous by passing through this mist. So here I am, the throat of the world. Oh, and turns out that's their leader, Parthenax.
Greetings, Wunderneek. I am Parthenax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain?
Well, in honesty, I'm I'm actually surprised that I'm speaking to you that you're a dragon, Parthenax. Sir?
I am as my father Akatosh made me, as are you, Dovahkiin. Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation?
I do apologize, sir, but I need to know about the Dragon Lens shout. Is there a way to know it somehow? Or at the very least, somebody who knows it? I need that shout to stop Alduin.
Drem, patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove.
Oh, right. Keep forgetting how you dragons communicate.
By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin.
It's also like he need to teach me how to use the fire breath first. The first one being Yo, meaning fire. Okay, here's nothing.
Yes, Sosedo Vrostmul. The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind.
Well, technically I'm still human, but...
So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a jaw, mortal. Even for one of Dovahsos, dragon blood. What would you ask of me?
Well, I know it's urgent, but... do you happen to know about the Dragon Lens shout? It said that shout was a way to stop Alduin. So were you able to learn that, or someone at least learn that?
I have expected you, Proda. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't come to chat. I didn't need a way to stop him.
Against Alduin.
But how do you know I was needing the Dragonland shout?
Alduin Comet Tid. What else would you seek? Alduin and Dovahkiin return together. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus, it cannot be known to me.
Oh, that stinks.
Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts.
But how is there a way I can learn it somehow?
Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum?
A gentleman as I am, I need to answer honestly. I did need that shout to stop Alduin, but I also didn't want him to ruin this world that I live in. In truth, I still care about this world despite the harshness. But other than that, I still need that shout in order to stop Alduin from destroying this world. I have to.
Yes, Alduin, Zemach, the elder brother, gifted, grasping, and troublesome, as is so often the case with firstborn. But why? Why must you stop Alduin?
I'm really not into prophecies or destinies, but I do care about this world, as I said. I didn't want Alduin to put an end to it. The world is indeed cruel, yes. But despite that, it is home. And I didn't want this home world to be destroyed. In all honesty, if the world does end, I might be forever gone. Nothingness. Maybe that's what I was afraid of.
As good a reason as any. There are many who feel as you do, although not all. Some would say that all things must end, so that the next can come to pass. Perhaps this world is simply the egg of the next Kalpa, Lin Vokin. Would you stop the next world from being born?
No. I do know in time I will come to an end. But that doesn't mean we cannot live what we can, and what we can do in this current world. It is scary, yes. But still, I got to do my best to make the world as good as it can be. I'm sorry I don't have much time for philosophy, Parthenax. I still need to put an end to Alduin. So at least this world can be safe, so that the next world can come to pass.
You have much to learn of the Dove, then.
Well, you're not wrong, Parthenax. Guess I still have a curious mind.
It is no accident that we do battle with our Thum, our voices. There is no distinction between debate and combat to a dragon. Tinvak Loskra. For us, it is one and the same. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Croesus, now I will answer your question. Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monaven, what you name Throat of the World?
Well, not exactly. Well, I heard dragons do like mountains, right?
True, but few now remember that this was the very spot where Alduin was defeated by the ancient tongues. Varucht Unslad. Perhaps none but me now remember how he was defeated.
By using that Dragonlance shout, correct?
Yes and no. Viknuzny Karon. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today, seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the Dragonrend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Ok Mulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time.
The Elder Scroll? What is that?
How to explain in your tongue? The Dove have words for such things that Jor do not. It is an artifact from outside time. It does not exist, but it has always existed. Rahwalan. They are fragments of creation. The Kele, Elder Scrolls as you name them, they have often been used for prophecy. Yes, your prophecy comes from an Elder Scroll.
But this is only a small part of their power. Sofa Suyek.
So that must be a reason why. That Elder Scroll must have brought Alduin to the current time that you were in. Well, at least that Parthenax guy did give you somewhat of a hope. Yeah, but don't count your chicks before they hatch. Just because it's part of that dumb prophecy doesn't mean it automatically comes true.
Maybe. But to know the Dragonland shout, Parthenax told me to find that Elder Scroll, as it had the answer of what exactly happened to Alduin, and how Alduin came to be. Not by his birth origin, and as Parthenax already told me is the firstborn of Akatosh, but how he came to Skyrim. Alright, first, I put that First, I need to put that lexicon there, for that crazy madman at that cave. Let's see, how do I put this? But here? Okay, there? Again? Oh, yeah, almost. What? What? Oh, okay. Whew. Let's see, I get the hang of this. These dwarven stuff is just new to me. Oh, wait, did I manage to? Shoot, I messed that up. I got it right on the first try. Alright, come on. I need to find a way to get it to the right spot. Come on, just a bit more. There we go. And boop. And there it is. The very container that holds the Elder Scroll. Said to be exist and yet it doesn't simultaneously. So I had that Elder Scroll, and then shortly afterwards, as soon as I got it, I need to retrieve that lexicon for that madman in the cave. For a mad smart guy. But as soon as I did that, after I returned the lexicon, I hurried back to the Fortuna world. So I can read that Elder Scroll. So I can know exactly what happened when before Alduin came into this time.
There is no question. You are doom-driven. Kogan Akatosh. The very bones of the earth are at your disposal. Go then. Fulfill your destiny. Take the scroll to the Time Wound. Do not delay. Alduin will be coming. He cannot miss the signs.
And so, without further delay, I decide I need to read that Elder Scroll so I can know what happened.
Today, Alduin's lordship will be restored. But I honor your courage. Krivwolf Akrin. Die now in vain.
I was brought back to a time where the dragons are restoring Alduin's lordship against the Nord heroes. One of them being the Axe Wielder, the other a female Nord, who happens to be as fearless as the West. The one named Gronlov was known to be a fearless female Nord. Despite her recklessness, she never backs down from a challenge.
Glorious day, is it not?
Hakon, who is concerned about Gronlov's well-being, worries that plight may take them too far. After all, they are still fighting against the dragons that worship Alduin as their leader.
You worry too much, brother. Victory will be ours.
Why does Alduin hang back? We've staked everything on this plan of yours, old man.
Telnia, the wisest among the three, he knows Alduin would approach.
Why should he fear us?
They know Alduin cannot ignore all the North's defiance.
Fallen to my blade.
But none have yet stood against Alduin himself. Golfor, Sori, Birka.
They did not have Dragonrend. Once we bring him down, I promise, I will have his way.
You do not understand. Alduin cannot be slain like a lesser dragon. He is beyond our strength. Which is why I brought the Elder Scroll.
Feldir, we agreed not to use it.
I never agreed. And if you are right, I will not need
we will deal with Alduin ourselves. Here and now.
We shall see soon enough. Alduin approaches.
So be it.
Tarudis Ani Him Hind Paliv Zuu Hindan.
Let those that watch from Sovngarde envy us this day.
For they are managed to learn the Dragonrend shout. It turns out these three Nords had created the Dragonrend shout in order to try their best to defeat Alduin and keep Alduin on the ground. As the Dragonrend's ability, it temporarily prevents dragons from flying.
If I die today, it will not be in terror. You feel the first time, worm. See it in your eyes. Skyrim will be free!
It's no use.
Hold Alduin on the wing. Sister Hawk, grant us your sacred breath to make this contract heard. Begone, World Eater. My words with older bones than your own. Break your perch on this age and send you out. You are banished. Count you out from all our endings unto the last. You are banished.
Worked. We did it.
Yes, the World Eater is gone. May the spirits have mercy on our souls.
And so that has happened. The Nord heroes banished Alduin to this current time using the Elder Scroll. But as soon as I came to, I found him.
My belly is full of the souls of your fellow mortals, Dovahkiin. Die now and await your fate in Sovngarde.
We'll see about that, Alduin.
You are too late, Alduin. Dovahkiin. Use Dragonrend if you know it.
Got it. Drat! That missed. Well, it's fine. Might as well not first time fighting dragons the old-fashioned way. Like, come on, Alduin. And stay still so I can get you down. Yeah, that's right. Come on. How'd you like that, Alduin?
Akatosh, beloved soul. I cannot be slain here by you or anyone else. You cannot prevail against me. I will outlast you, mortal.
Well, just you wait, Alduin. Because we'll be coming for you.
Now hold it right there. And none of these things happened. Chris was just making up that dumb story only about his heroism in Skyrim.
Robin, as if we don't have enough problems with you. If Chris wasn't around against Alduin, then how's this tree still around in the first place? It's obvious. Most people in Skyrim like Chris. There's a lot more. And you were just jealous.
I am a multiple trip party, not justice. Even if Chris didn't do anything wrong, I'd still beat him up. Because we, the Teen Titans, are heroes, and Christopher is technically a villain because you balls of our nightmares have villains with you.
Oh, is that what you think? Well, I guess we just had to show you 5 hypocrites who the real villains are.
Come on, fellas. Let's show him why we are the children of night.
With tread, we have already died, for we are the children of the young undead, born in the grave of humankind. Pray for your lungs with dread, we have already died, for we are the children of night. We are the children of night.
Well, wasn't adorable? A little hero wannabes still cowering in fear against the true mightiest of foes. Your own hubris has got the better of you, Robin.
I am the Mastermind, and here I am the law. I rule the endless dark since long before the golden angels fall. So you see, next to me your master plans all look so small. Little mice, when you break my rules, you pay the
Well, Chris, not exactly what he had in mind, but that works. I'm surprised Sayako and Kayako are still in you. Remember when I went to Kayako's house and so I can have both of Kayako and Sayako free? So they used me as a vessel? So you made a pact with some ghosts, not to mention they are Unreals. Vengeful spirits that stop at nothing to destroy those that stand in their way.
Perhaps, but we came to an agreement. In exchange for those Unreals being free, the four ghosts now serve me as guardians for my kids, and their powers are meant to be unleashed on them whenever they need to be.
That's the most dangerous idea I ever heard. Those Unreals would stop at nothing to destroy any people, whether innocent or evil alike. And plus, those were Unreals. Spirits are the ones who have fallen unjustly.
I know, and I'm fully aware those were Unreals. Well, it'll be alright. After all, Chris did manage to tame those Unreals to help do his bidding.
Well, that's his funeral.
Now then, let us wrap up the story. With Alduin have retreated to Sovngarde, I helped Arnegear get the Imperials and the Stormcrows to come up with a temporary truce, but not before making a bargain with each of them. After all, to find Alduin, we're going to need a dragon that formerly serves Alduin to bring me to Sovngarde. The Greybeards mostly reserve peace as they prefer to rather stay away from civilization. But with Alduin on loose, they're going to need to break that tradition in order to have Imperials and Stormcrows to come with a temporary truce until Alduin was dealt with.
Now that everyone is here, please take your seats so we can begin. I hope that we have all come here in the spirit
You
of...
insult us by bringing her to this negotiation? You're Chief Talos Hunter?
That didn't take long.
Here, here.
I have every right to be at this negotiation.
That high elf, she seemed very familiar. I get the high elves didn't want anyone to worship Talos, but seeing Ulfric and the Stormcrows wanted to deny the high elves' opposition against Talos.
If we have to negotiate the terms of the negotiation, we will never get anywhere. Perhaps this would be a good time to get the Dragonborn's input on this matter.
Right.
By Izmir's beard, the nerve of those Imperial bastards, eh? To think that I would sit down at the same table with that. Thalmor bitch. Either she walks or I do.
Well, to be fair, Mr. Ulfric, even Tullius might not want her among this matter. So let's try to keep this as calm as possible, alright? We can't afford to get our ambitions get ahead of us, okay?
Maybe so, but bringing her here is a deliberate provocation. Tullius needs to know I won't be pushed around.
Thing is, sir, she is among the Imperials, so we had to let Tullius deal with that matter.
It feels like a mistake to me. But I'll bow to your judgment on this. But she is to observe, nothing more. We are not negotiating with her. Is that clear?
Ulfric, why so hostile? After all, it's not the Thalmor that's burning your farms and killing your sons.
She's supposed to be on our side?
You know exactly... No. Not this time.
Now that that's settled, may we proceed?
I have something to say first.
Oh dear.
The only reason I agreed to attend this council was to deal with the dragon menace. There's nothing else to talk about. Unless the Empire is finally ready to renounce its unjust claim to rule over the free people of Skyrim.
I knew he wouldn't be able to resist.
A temporary truce to allow the Dragonborn here to deal with the dragons, nothing more. I consider even talking to the Empire a generous gesture.
Are you done? Did you just come here to make speeches, or can we get down to business?
Yes, let's get this over with.
Are we ready to proceed? Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, this council is unprecedented. We are gathered here at the Dragonborn's request. I ask that you all respect the spirit of High Hrothgar, and do your best to begin the process of achieving a lasting peace in Skyrim. Who would like to open the negotiations?
Yes, let's get down to it. We want control of Markarth. That's our price for agreeing to a truce.
So that's why you're here, Ulfric? You dare to insult the Greybeards by using this council to advance your own position?
Jarl Elisif.
General, this is outrageous. You can't be taking this demand seriously. I thought we were here to discuss a truce.
Elisif, I said I'd handle it. Ulfric, you can't seriously expect us to give up Markarth at the negotiating table. You hope to gain in council what you've been unable to take in battle, is that it?
I'm sure Jarl Ulfric does not expect something for nothing.
Yes, that'd be entirely out of character.
Want in return?
Wait, General, you don't intend to just hand over Markarth to that traitor?
This is how the Empire repays us for our loyalty?
Enough. First, let's be clear. This council wasn't my idea. I think it's a waste of time. You are a traitor to the Empire, and deserve a traitor's death. But I at least will negotiate in good faith. Since we're all here at your request, I'd like to hear what you think Markarth is worth.
Well, maybe. What if Dawnstar, sir? Will that have similar offerings to Markarth? It said Dawnstar was amongst the history of battles.
In exchange for Markarth, the source of most of Skyrim's silver. Hardly. Riften seems like a better choice to me. Well fortified, easily resupplied from across Lake Honric, plus all the mead we can drink.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, it seems fair enough. After all, Markov is closest to solitude.
I'm glad you agree. I was starting to wonder whose side you were on here. You heard the man, Ulfric.
Wait, Ulfric. That mean you will both be even.
About these talks, or are you just here to posture?
I expected better from you, Dragonborn. I came here in good faith, and now it seems you help the Empire at every turn. As for you, General Tullius, I see now that Galmar was right. Talking to the Empire is just as useless as ever. If you think you can hold Markarth, you're as deluded as your Emperor when he signed away our freedom to the Thalmor. Skyrim will never again bow to your false empire. Let's go, Galmar. I should have listened to you in the first place.
You always were a fool, Ulfric. You're no better at diplomacy than you are in the battlefield.
Stop! Are you so blind to our danger that you can't see past your petty disagreements? Here you sit arguing about nothing, while the fate of the land hangs in the balance.
Is he with you, Delphine? If so, I advise you to tell him to watch his tongue.
He is with me. And I advise you both to listen to what he has to say before you do anything rash.
Don't you understand the danger? Don't you understand what the return of the dragons means? Alduin has returned, the World Eater. Even now he devours the souls of your fallen comrades. He grows more powerful with every soldier slain in your pointless war. Can you not put aside your hatred for even one moment in the face of this mortal danger?
A very pretty speech. But what does
Shut
it have
up.
to do with the...
If he's right about Alduin, we both have just as much to lose here, Tullius. Remember that. Now, back to the matter at hand. Don't hand me a mug of sheep's piss and call it mead. These terms are still not acceptable.
I'm sure you have something in mind.
Damn right we do.
You surrender Falkreath to us. Sidgeir steps down, and Dengir of Stun resumes the Jarlship.
Where do these demands stop, Ulfric? Do you expect me to surrender all of Skyrim?
It seems I have no choice but to let the Dragonborn decide. Although I'm starting to doubt your fairness. What say you, Dragonborn?
It will help you keep your ego under control. Might as well give the Falkreath the Stonecloaks. I'm only a patient man, but please keep your put your ambitions aside.
Spoken like a true son of Skyrim. I suppose that's the fairest deal we're likely to get.
It seems we may have an agreement. Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, these are the terms currently on the table. Markarth will be handed over to Ulfric's forces, Jarl Igmund will step down, and Thangvor Silverblood will become the Jarl of Markarth. The Stormcloaks will withdraw from the rift, allowing Imperial troops unhindered access. Jarl Leila Lawgiver will step down, and Maven Blackbriar will become the Jarl of Riften. Falkreath will be turned over to Ulfric, and Dengir of Stun will return as Jarl. You both agree to this?
The Sons of Skyrim will live up to their agreements, as long as the Imperials hold to theirs. What about you, Elisif? Are these terms to your liking? Speak up! I'm sure General Tullius is waiting to do your bidding.
I have nothing to say to that murderer. General, you've proven yourself a good friend to Skyrim. I continue to trust that you will do your utmost to safeguard our interests.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. I appreciate your loyalty. The Empire can live with these terms, yes, for a temporary truce, until the dragon menace is dealt with. After that, Ulfric, there will be a reckoning. Count on it.
Come on, Galmar. We have a lot of work to do.
Giving up Markarth is a heavy price for this truce, Dragonborn. I hope it was worth it.
I do hope so. If he you will at least keep Ulfric's ambitions under control. Well, Esperon has good news.
A serious one.
A problem?
Discovered who the Greybeard's leader really is.
Yeah, he's a dragon, but he helped me out.
Well and good. Did you know that he was Alduin's chief lieutenant in ancient times? Responsible for terrible atrocities. It's true that his crimes are long in the past, but justice does not count the passage of years. The Blades have been hunting him for centuries, but he was protected by the Greybeards and then the Emperors. Justice demands that he die for his crimes. Until he is dead, I'm afraid my oath as a Blade prevents me from offering you aid and comfort.
That is a dilemma that I had to live with later on. Well, no, I did not kill Parthenax. At least not until later on. The more important matter is at hand, and Alduin needs to be dealt with. Thanks to Esbern, he decided to give me a helping hand before that dilemma came. And so I called upon Odafing, and for what Esbern calls the Snow Hunter. I cannot afford to slay him, and as we will need him in order to get to Alduin. So once he gets here, I had to bring him down with a dragonman shout, and lead him to the trap. I only hope that trap works before I myself get cooked. Yeah, over here. Do not need to fight you. We can either talk this out, or I can just lead you into a trap. I'm not the type of guy who lies. Okay, there we go.
I think it's holding. Ovuta med Kodav, caught like a bear in a trap.
I did warn you I will lead you to a trap. I really don't have true dragon language, sorry.
You do not have the Dova speech. My eagerness to meet you in battle was my undoing, Dovahkiin. I salute your low cunning in devising such a Gramindol stratagem.
Honestly, we would do battle normally.
You went to a great deal of trouble to put me in this humiliating position. In Sir Alduin, no doubt you want to know where to find Alduin.
Yes, we need to know where he is hiding.
Renik Raza, an apt phrase. Alduin Boval. One reason I came to your call was to test your Thuum for myself. Many of us have begun to question Alduin's lordship, whether his Thuum was truly the strongest. Among ourselves, of course, Muni Mae, none were yet ready to openly defy him.
Defy him? What do you mean? Without getting off topic, we still need to find Alduin info.
Innumerable pardons, I digress. He has traveled to Sovngarde to regain his strength, devouring the Silesur, the souls of the mortal dead, a privilege he jealously guards. His door to Sovngarde is at Skuldafn, one of his ancient fanes high in the eastern mountains. Minduran pa ok midove navarantil. I surely do not need to warn you that all his remaining strength is marshaled there. Zuulost ofan hinlan. Now that I have answered your question, you will allow me to go free?
In truth, I still had doubts about trusting you. How can I be sure? Or you will help me out and not help Alduin. So I'm afraid you're going to need to remain here till Alduin is dealt with.
Crosis, there is one detail about Skuldafn I neglected to mention.
What?
Only this. You have the Thuum of Adova,
But without the wings of one, you will never set foot in Skuldafn. Of course, I could fly you there, but not while imprisoned like this.
Well, you do have a point. After all, I did say I will need a dragon and like you in order to bring me to Sovngarde. So, I will set you free, Odafing. But once I do, you'll need to bring me to Skuldafn, alright? That's the only thing I can ask of you.
Onikan Korav Gain Mirad. It is wise to recognize when you only have one choice. And you can trust me. Zuni Tarudis. Alduin has proven himself unworthy to rule. I go my own way now. Free me, and I will carry you to Skuldafn.
Incredible. Sir, you have no idea how long I have waited for such an opportunity. I would be most...
Fenrir, I wouldn't get too close if I were you. I'm pretty sure he's still pretty testy about Nord's patience.
Be gone, mage. Do not test my promise to the Dovahkiin.
I assure you, you will not even notice me. Most of them are hardly painful at all to a large dragon such as yourself.
He'd probably want to live to tell a tale, but we are going to need to open a trap.
You sure about that? You want to let that dragon loose after all the trouble to catch him in there?
It is the only way to head to Sovngarde.
Someone else is gonna have to help you get him back in there again. Get ready to open the trap. This seems like a really bad idea to me.
Carry on, soldier. This is all part of the Dragonborn's plan.
Just a couple more moments and you'll be out of that trap in no time.
Was du, Dini dein Ruthi Astval.
Wait! I need you to carry me to Skuldafn.
Saran Uth, I await your command as promised. Are you ready to see the world as only a Dova can?
Ready as I'll ever be, Odafing.
I warn you, once you've flown the skies of Kaizal, your envy of the Dove will only increase.
It's a risk I gotta take. We got to stop Alduin, one way or another. Either victory or Sovngarde.
As she waits at dawn, looking for a way to escape her lonely heart.
So now, after struggling against the Draugr and some of the dragons, I managed to finally make it to Sovngarde, where Alduin tries to replenish his energy, by devouring the souls of the warriors. Sovngarde is essentially the Skyrim equivalent of Valhalla. Not knowing about this mist, I used the power of the clear mist shout in order to clear the way. And I did spot Alduin while on my way. It's almost like he is waiting. As the mist could possibly mean instant death once he finds me inside it. There was no time for another showdown, although I do want to finish him off myself. But important matters at hand. I had to reach the Sovngarde Hall, the Hall of Valor. Once there, I am greeted by one of the warriors that was guarding the whale bridge.
What brings you, Wayfarer? Wander here in Sovngarde, Soul's End. Shore's gift to honor dead.
I needed aid to stop Alduin.
No few have chafed to face the worm, since first he set his soul snare here at Sovngarde's threshold. But Shore restrained a wrathful onslaught. Perhaps deep counseled your doom foresaw.
Maybe so. And who might you be?
I am soon, shield thing to Shore. The well-worn bridge he bade thee guard. And winnow all those souls whose heroic end sent them here to Shore's lofty home. Their welcome well earned awaits those I judge fit to join that fellowship.
Then what must I do to prove that I am worthy?
No shade or you, as usually here passes. Living, you dare the land of the dead. By what right do you request entry?
It is because I am Dragonborn, sir. Well, at the very least, I have a blood of it, sir.
It's been too long since last I faced a doom-driven hero of the dragon.
So, could I enter here or something?
Living or dead, by decree of Shore, none may pass this perilous bridge till I judge them worthy by the warrior's test.
Very well. Oh, you're not going to take me down that easily. Although this heavy weight is carrying me a big burden.
You fought well. Find you. It is long since one of the living has entered here. May Shore's favor follow you and your aid.
Thank you, Soon.
Welcome, Dragonborn. Our door has stood empty since Alduin first set his soul snare here. By Shore's command, we sheathed our blades, and ventured not the Vale's dark mist. But three await your word to loose their fury upon the perilous foe. Gormlaith, the fearless, glad-hearted in battle. Hecon, the valiant, heavy-handed warrior. Feldir, the old, far-seeing and grim.
I'll be certain to get them aid, but time is of the essence. I had to put a stop to Alduin, and I am going to need their aid.
Traveled, your trials long, to taste of Sovngarde's sweet delights.
At long last, Alduin's doom is now ours to seal. Just speak the word, and with high hearts, we'll hasten forth to smite the worm wherever it lurks.
Hold, comrades. Let us counsel take before battle is blindly joined. Alduin's mist is more than a snare. Its shadowy gloom is his shield and cloak. But with 4 voices joined, our valor combined, we can blast the mist and bring him to battle.
Feldir speaks wisdom. The World Eater, coward, fears you, Dragonborn. We must drive away his mist, shouting together. and then unsheathe our blades in desperate battle with our black-winged foe. Seek food or song unending?
The fields will echo with the clamor of war, our wills undaunted.
With that, and we four set out near the mist, and with our clear sky shouts ready. It is no wonder I avoided the mist. It isn't an easy task. Alduin, after all, is the world leader, no doubt. And Faramir is right about the mist being his shield and cloak, as well as a snare. In order to drive away his mist completely, at least 4 shouts of the clear skies eyes would need to be heard by each Dragonborn. So all 4 of us await, close to the mist, but not to a degree where we can touch it.
Cannot fight the foe in this mist.
Clear skies! Combine our shouts!
Here goes.
We must clear this confounding mist.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Again!
Does his strength have no end? Is our struggle in vain?
Stand fast! His strength is failing. Once more and his might will be broken.
Again! And we break his grim hold over Shor's realm and redeem it for eternity!
Alright, one more time. That should do it. Whoa! I guess the Alduin's not coming down that easily.
Whoa! Hey, get down here!
Or I can just force you down. If I can. I gotta need you to stay still. Gotcha! Yeah, that's right. Come down here, you big brute. Time to have your fate ended by us. And now that you're wounded enough, you won't be able to fly. And this is where your life ends, Alduin. Right now. And so, it is done. Alduin is no more.
They will sing of this battle in Shor's Hall forever. But your fate lies elsewhere. When you have completed your count of days, I may welcome you again with glad friendship, and you join the blessed feasting.
I do appreciate that. It's not just me. You guys helped out too. And I am grateful for that. That we saved not only Sovngarde, but also the world. And you are right. My fate is still yet to come.
When you are ready to rejoin the living, just bid me so, and I will send you back.
As much as I like to stay, Because it's so beautiful in here. My home is still at Tamio, and what I need to belong to. It is an honor to meet all of you here, in Sovngarde. May your spiritual lives here remain at peace. And when my time comes, we shall face together as good old hero buddies.
Return now to me, with this rich boon from shore, my lord. A shout to bring a hero from Sovngarde in your hour of need.
The call.
Whoa! Whoa!
With that shout, I was brought back to the photo world. As I regained consciousness from that, I suddenly saw dragons. They were all around the photo world. Perhaps glad to see that Alduin was defeated. Although it is unclear if the dragons could truly remain loyal to either me or Parthenax. As according to what Parthenax said, dragons have a tendency to be tempted by power. For no day goes by where dragons are not tempted to their inborn nature to fight. The will to power is within the dragon's blood. With that said, the dragons are glad to see that Alduin has ended. Slain by me.
So, it is done. Alduin Dilong. The eldest is no more. He who came before all others, and has always been.
You don't seem very happy, Parthenax.
Happy? No, I am not happy. Zeh mahi lost ondul bormahu. Alduin was once the crown of our father Akatosh's creation. You did what was necessary. Alduin had flown far from the path of right action in his pachlok, in the arrogance of his power. But I cannot celebrate his fall. Zutiraz ach ochmah. He was my brother once. This world will never be the same.
I really am sorry. But Alduin did need to be stopped. What you said is true, that a world may one day come to an end. But not like that. There's always time for new people, and new creatures to take our place. And the future is never set in stone. It is how he made it. Besides, if Alduin was still around, then there may not be no future.
I am glad you believe that. At least it will continue to exist. Griklos line. Even I cannot see past time's ending to what comes next. Nid korav zin dinos ketid. We must do the best we can with this world. But I forget myself. Crosis, solos midfadon. Melancholy is an easy trap for a Dova to fall into. You have won a mighty victory, Shahroch Kondrach. One that will echo through all the ages of this world for those who have eyes to see. Savor your triumph, Dovahkiin. This is not the last of what you will write upon the currents of time. Goran, I feel younger than I have in many an age. Many of the Willing or no, they will hear it. Fare thee well, Dovahkiin.
It was then Parthenax was on his own quest to try to to get the dragons together, using the power of his shouts. But then, Udafin came. And for some reason, even he was having questions about it. About Parthenax's quest.
I wish the Old One luck in his quest. But I doubt many will wish to exchange Alduin's lordship for the tyranny of Parthenax's way of the voice. As for myself, you've proven your mastery twice over. Thuri Dovahkiin, I gladly acknowledge the power of your throne. Zu Odafin, call me when you have need, and I will come if I can.
Thank you, Odafin. So with that, my journey through Skyrim came to an end. But it seemed it was far from over, at least until I headed to the next world. But then I also had a dilemma about Parthenax. But he did ask me this. Is afterwards. After he came back from his quest. Well, for a break. He asked me, what is better? To be born good, or to overcome our evil natures through great effort. So, that here's a tale of Skyrim, of how I, who was Dragonborn, defeated Alduin with the help of the other Nords in Sovngarde, and freed Skyrim itself from Alduin's soul-snaring grasp. And as for Stormcloaks and Imperials, I chose to join the Stormcloaks because I thought the Imperials were fighting as the Nords were treated harshly by the Imperial and the Falmor. And as for myself, I did have to slay Parthenax. Of course, I still care about Parthenax, and I don't really despise dragons. I just did what I had to do. In truth, I was scared about what happened if Parthenax would become the next Alduin. Parthenax is a good dragon, yes, but justice still needs to rain down upon him. And I still regret it to that day. Christopher, sometimes the right path is not the easiest one. Sometimes we had to make hard choices for the good of others. I am certain that Parthenax means no ill will of what you did. He knows you're filled with regret, and you made your choice by your heart. And no matter what has happened, you are still a brave hero, Chris. You always have been a great hero. So, with that said, and your story is finished, shall we head to the Forbidden Lands then? There is something I need to do first. And thanks for the speech, Justice.
This is how you repay our trust. Parthenax's trust, his noble spirit, the wisdom of ages, his deep understanding of our existence, all gone? And for what? A mindless vendetta urged on you by a cabal of Akaviri barbarians. Begone, before even my philosophy is tested beyond the breaking point. We are men of peace, and you are not.
Look, Gargia, I get you still don't like me after what I did to Parthenax, but I didn't do so out of hate. I did because I thought I was doing the right thing, instead of just staying around in the mountains and do nothing about it. I'm gonna fix my mistakes, and fixing my past, with or without you. Man, that was a long trip up to a fertile world. Splendid fall. Yok. Greetings.
Parthenax.
Alpha, you need not bring yourself, Dovahkiin. I trust your judgment. In truth, you have put me out of my misery once, and I am proud to call you my friend always.
Let's go, if you purple hunters. The Forbidden Lands awaits us.